Howdy and aloha. Welcome to Mana Talk. The earth and you are ohana. We hope you stay and talk. Howdy and aloha, everybody. This is James with Mana Talk. Mana means power or energy or chi or yin and yang, whatever you want it to be, but it's using your words, basically. And my goal here has always been to try to save the planet and all of its inhabitants, because everybody makes a difference, everything has a purpose, and we need some serious, we need some serious energy directed towards definitely saving the planet, because, I want my kids to have what I used to have is when I was a kid: clean oceans, or somewhat clean, um, rivers, lakes, soil, pure food, instead of, Monsanto junk and pollution everywhere, and cesium 137 from Fukushima in the Pacific. I mean, the list goes on and on and on the reasons why I have this show. And it's not just for me, it's for my kids, it's for you, your kids, and theirs, and thereafter, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Because I really believe that our species does have value. I think our species does have, um, I wouldn't say purpose, but I think it has a place in the universe, and hopefully we can keep the species going if we start to respect and pay more attention to our immediate surroundings and the planet and everything and all of that good stuff. Okay, I'm just not going to talk about eco-socialism. Speaking of that, the show is about where's the Democratic, excuse me, we know where they are. They're up shit creek without a paddle. But where is the Green Party? What are they doing with the craziness that we're seeing, all over the place in regards to Joe Biden, Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, Tulsi Gabbard, the list goes on. They got like 500,000 people running for the Democratic Party, and the Republican Party, you might have 4 or 5 maybe, or a few people that may challenge Trump or Trump. And of course, I am not a Dumbocrat, and I am not a Republican. I am actually a Green Party member. Um, I've been very busy doing a lot of things, working my butt off, and trying to get things situated for myself and my ohana here in West Virginia, and with my beautiful new wife, who I love dearly, Stevie, from Red Economics. And I'm very fortunate that I was able to nab that, if you know what I'm saying. It's just, it's a blessing, no doubt. And she's just wonderful. Okay, so, and by the way, we are married, and we got married in Anaheim, California on May 17th. And I was going to take her to Vegas and do that, but she goes, why the fuck do you want to spend like $500-600 to go to Vegas? I'm like, I don't know. She goes, let's just get married here. And I'm all, okay, we'll do that. Okay, so it cost $94. We got a little ring from the family on this side, and we got some more things coming. And she's just a wonderful, dynamic person. And again, I'm very, very fortunate and blessed that I have Stephanie, or Stevie, in my life. And now she's a young. And my family met her, and they all know her, and they adore her, and they love her Southern Red Economics accent, and it's as cute as can be all the time. No matter if she's yelling at me or pissed off or whatever, I still think it's cute. But we're getting along, we're making it work, and I'm just extremely fortunate and extremely ecstatic and excited about her being in my life now. So, with that being known, it's time to move on. It's time to do what we need to do. Now, in regards to the Green Party, and this is what really gets me about the Green Party, is I was trying to find out, and I put out the word on who's running and where are they running, and I'm not really getting much feedback. So basically, if I go to Green Party, oops, hold on. Green Party gp.org and find out elections 2019 candidates, right? That they have election database. There they go. And I'll just roll down this little, I'll show you what they're doing, which I think is good. And they should be, going after whatever positions they can get. I mean, being a bureaucrat does bring, pay the bills, of course, right? But does it really do anything? What level of politics do you think really changes the world or gets rid of the two-party oligarchy that I've been trying to tell everybody about for a long, long time? So if we go down the list here, right, 41 races, 2019, 13 states. I think this is updated. City Council, House of Representatives, Lauren Allen, good. City Neighborhood Council, that's a big office. Neighborhood House Authority, School Board, all important, all making a difference. I understand that. But the ones that I want to see, Conservation Congress, I don't even know what the fuck that is. Health Board, School Board, Senate, Border, okay. I'm not seeing anything. Okay, so this is 2019. I don't see anything for 2020, which is very alarming and kind of, I'm going to just say it, fucking pathetic. I do like this, though. Lauren Allen for House of Representatives, going for it. I wonder what her chances are, or if she's even able to do anything. Let's get to her website, and I'm actually going to post that for everybody. Okay, this is our country. It's dismantle corrupt system. Let's empower. Let's see if you can see that. Can you guys see that? Oh, ooh, wow, look at that. That's pretty cool. Let's dismantle it should be, let's dismantle corrupt systems. Okay. Let's empower working people and communities. Let's save our planet while we're at it. I like that. On Tuesday, September 10th, vote for Alan Smith. Okay, this is the guy. Reclaiming our future will not be easy, and it will take all of us working together. But working together is what we do best. A little general, nothing too. I mean, you could say this, honestly, you could say that as a Democrat, you could say that as a Republican, you could say that as a Libertarian. It's not specific. It's not specific. And this is why I've always thought that, and I don't know if this is going to come up. If you can see it, no, you can't, because I don't have that up my windows. But I'm just going to post it anyway. Let's see. What did I do to this lately? I posted it somewhere. Oh, that's right. I posted it here. Give me a second, guys. I'm just going to kind of move out of here. I'm going to post, and this may be a little bit. And if you have the time and you have the energy, hang out with me, because I'm doing what I can. Our species has no value. Hey, Andy. Thanks, Fred. That's awesome. Generic glitches work so well for them, though. Okay, so I'm advertising. That's good. So I'm up there. The live stream is streaming. Penny, if you could, please maybe turn your phone off of the Wi-Fi, because I'm still showing an orange bar, but it's okay. Do what you got to do. All right. So if we go here, and it was a YouTube that I laid some information on Jesse Ventura recently. In a comment, because I guess he's not running green. We had thought that maybe he might contemplate it. Nothing's been said, nothing's been indicated, so we're just like, okay, fine, I guess he's not going to fucking do it. But the comment that I did put, Jesse Ventura, it's okay, dude. Okay, read more. So this is what I put. Okay? And this is what I think about a lot of people that are on RT, honestly. All right, let me go back to here and show you this. All right, so maybe you can read this. Hopefully you can. If I can just situate it so it opens a little bit bigger. That's good enough. All right, so what I put in here, it's real simple. Jesse and RT will never, ever fix, repair, correct the U.S. two-party oligarchy that has plagued Earth for decades. If Jesse truly wants and cares for Earth and the 99%, he would understand how necessary it would be for him to run Green Party. For POTUS in 2020, to bring needed attention to all the mainstream media, to all that the mainstream media will not display, such as, and this is where the Green Party falls short, and they need to get away from eco-socialism because nobody fucking knows what that means, and nobody cares right now. What people care about is getting money out of politics. What people care about right now, 71% of Republicans want fucking universal health care. They want full comprehensive universal health care with no copay, right? Um, like I've always said, like I've always said, you remove money completely out of politics, right? Like, politics should be fair. A right to fair politics for everybody that runs, okay? For everybody that runs. Instead of the polling that has to be there and all this other shit, it's just ridiculous. I mean, yeah, you would have like 2,000 people running for POTUS. However, I mean, there are processes to get those people in office, and it's called political parties at this present time, which I know Deb Delapiana would say, and a few others would say, well, the system is really corrupt. But like I've always said, we have to give at least one Green a chance, or a few, in the House of Representatives. They're not going to make the Senate. You've got to have like $1 billion just to fucking even contemplate that. But there were people running, and I hope they're the same people. Um, Rodolfo Cortez, Joe Manchin, and what the hell is that guy's name? Oh my God, his name will come to me. And a few others that were going, that were trying to run, uh, that did pretty good actually in 2018. They did pretty good. They did pretty good. They just didn't have the backing that they needed from the Green Party. Because, like I said, the Green Party was so spread out with all these small little, in my opinion, somewhat insignificant positions like labor board and city board and council members of like a small city. I mean, good. I want you to get that paycheck and make your 30, 40, $50,000 a year. Good for you. But how about getting somebody in the House of Representatives that can actually fucking get up on the podium and talk about the shit that nobody else will ever touch between the two-party oligarchy? Again, I'm going to say it again. Okay, and I want to stress this. All right, and I'm going to stress this. So the problem is you've got Jimmy Dore, Secular Talk, you've got Ron Placone, you've got the Vigilante, you got everybody out there, Graham, uh, Graham, what's Graham's last name? Anyway, and just a lot of people, and they're pissed off, and they're complaining, they're joking, they're making fun of all the fucking idiots and Biden and stuff and all this stuff that's happening out there. But what's the solution? We need to put up solutions. Because there are people that are getting angry out there. And I know Deb would love to see a giant march with fucking pitchforks and tiki torches fucking going through the halls of Congress and just craziness happening. I know that's what she wants. But I'm sorry, Deb. I don't want to see people get hurt. Because that's just what they want. They've got fucking FEMA camps lined up ready for a revolt. So we have to at least try to put a Green that backs what I'm saying into office first, completely and totally. And if the Green starts bringing up eco-socialism, and if they start bringing up fucking how animals aren't being treated properly and how we need to fix vegetables and all whatever fucking vegan shit, if they start doing that, they're going to lose people. Okay, they've got to understand that they've got to get into the minds of the rest of the country and where they're at first. First, get to where they're at up here first. And then from there, You can bring in your eco-socialism and your vegan burgers or whatever the fuck you want later, but get their attention first and back them on these things. Okay, so as I've stated before, and I'm going to say it again, Jesse Ventura, in my opinion, would have been a great segue, a great uh, uh, marketing tool for the Green Party to bring more people to the party, because there's nobody out there that has the kind of attention and pull that he can have. There's a few possibly that could, but I mean the spotlights would have to be on him, period. And that's the reasoning why I wanted him to run, to help the party itself. A party that actually gives a shit about you and everything on the planet, which these other fuckers don't give a shit. They're just here for the quick couple of bucks, the quick million, the quick 2 million. I mean, Nancy Pelosi, she's got her fucking bazillions of dollars, you know, because I guess $172,000 a year isn't enough. And hey, I'm okay with people making big money. I am totally okay with people making a good chunk of dough. But do you need 5 yachts? Do you need to own 16 islands while the rest of your country, which it could be, is starving? I mean, the selfishness that's upon this planet right now is fucking overwhelming. Okay, look, I love steak and lobster. I'm not going to get it every day, right? I actually like top ramen and hot dogs. That's like my favorite. I mean, I have to contemplate steak and eggs, top ramen and hot dogs. It's really bad. Um, but the point being is, I want people to be successful. I want you to make your money. But at a certain point, you've got to find it in your heart to give back a little bit. The people that surround you, that help you, that are there for you. I mean, I see good deeds everywhere by so many people. Black, white, orange, yellow, what, just human beings constantly. And then I see some evil, and evil and good and evil, in my opinion, is a matter of perception, right? Because if you're a Democrat, you think that all the uh, Republicans are evil, and if you're a Republican, you think all the Democrats are evil. So it's about perception. And if you're super religious, everybody else that doesn't believe in your God is just fucking evil. So it is about perception. But when it comes down to it, joy and fucking pain, okay? That's what it comes down to. Do you want your fellow man to have joy or pain? Would you rather hang around with somebody or be close to somebody or be with people that are feeling pain all the time and no joy? Or would you rather be with them if they're fucking just feeling some joy, dancing, having a good time, just having not every day, but maybe on the weekends, a weekend warrior, if you know what I'm saying. There are some shitty people out there, and they come from shitty parents and shitty villages. Okay, and I'm sorry for you that you're one of those people, or possibly. And I praise you if you were from that area and you've broken out. Maybe you were in some crazy, uh, I don't know, I was going to say like Mormon temple or something, and you got stuck, and you were one of like, 10 wives to some fucking old piece of shit, sick bastard or whatever. And the next thing you know, you're free. Okay, because this happens to people. They get stuck in these places, and we can't continue to let ourselves be stuck in these places. All right. And I want people to have fun and enjoy themselves and travel and see other things and eat other foods and taste things and feel things and enjoy things. That's that's what life should be about. It's a big fucking planet. If we had like a socialistic program, right, where we all pitched in and everybody get to go on a vacation across the world of your choosing 2 or 3 times a year. Wouldn't that be cool? I mean, that's after fucking, universal, full comprehensive universal health care, but I mean, it could be like that. Why not? You could be able to go to the pyramids. Well, I don't want to fucking do it. For some reason, I got this weird attraction to go there, and I really want to go there. But so what I'm saying is real simple: is more joy and less pain. And yes, I've been down. I've been out. I've been there. But over time, it's just not a place to stay. You can touch sorrow, you can touch the negativity. But if you bask in it and if you hang in it, it'll eat you up. It'll eat you alive. So you got to take action. You've got to try to get out there and take action. You've got to, use that anger, use that sadness, and turn it around into some energy. Okay, whatever. I'm not fucking, I'm not fucking Tony Robbins. All right, it's not. But I would rather be here trying to help than going down with the fucking ship and not doing nothing about it. All right. I would just rather help than not do anything. So let's get back to the list that I think the Green Party needs to follow. And I know they can bring in people this way, but they have to stop thinking about the little positions and go for the big positions. Because once you get that House of Representatives in office, what happens there? What do you think happens if one Green Party candidate like Rodolfo Cortez Barragan, okay, or Joe Manchin or whoever, and this gets in, right? Or Laura Wells gets in, or somebody from the Green Party. California is a good place for the Green Party. They get a lot of good votes. There's more Greens are recognized in California than I think other states, for sure. But let's just say you get one in, and that one person has the mic. They have the podium. They get their time to speak. That's the goal. And they're not just talking to, a city council member in a town of fucking 3,000 people, or states or school board where they're talking to like 30 people and like 60 fucking pissed off parents. They're talking to the fucking planet, okay? And if you try to understand how powerful that is, if it's just one, you'll understand how vital that is. It's fucking extremely vital and extremely important. Okay, so what I'm asking the Green Party to do is stop going for the little shit. Get all your energy, all your money, all your resources, people, money, time to at least two or three that actually have a chance. Not somebody that is running for fucking governor and there's no way fucking in hell they're going to ever fucking be a governor of any of the fucking states in the United States. I'm sorry. That's wishful fucking thinking right now. But there is a way, and the numbers do come up very positively for those going for a House of Representatives on the Hill in the U.S. Congress in fucking Washington, D.C. Okay? So let's get our fucking heads straight, Green Party, all right, and start to put somebody in a position that actually makes a difference. Okay, I'm going to repeat it. Actually makes a difference. Because when you're in those small little levels, city council, and you're like state this and that, and this mayor and all this, you're still under the giant umbrella of the two-party oligarchy until a little green drop of fucking, just call it like alien acid. The green drop puts a hole in that umbrella. I like that metaphor. It's like the green alien acid just comes and fucking puts a hole in that umbrella and it starts to drip through. But guess what? It drips on them and they start to notice. They start to pay, what the fuck is this? What the fuck? And they start to pay attention. And because of their paying attention, others look towards that drop and go, how is that hole not going away? Because it's a Green Party member and they're talking about the things you should be talking about. Because you're not two-party oligarchy. Because you're not legislators, judiciaries, and executives that are with the Dumbocratic Party and the fucking Republican Party. You're not talking about vital issues like getting money out of politics, which should be the number one thing. Number fucking one. Right? And then, of course, I mean, this is in no particular order, but pretty much I've got it set up to where I really think people out there want a living wage. And don't go for 15 because they're going to go for 15 and settle on 12 or maybe 13 or 12.50. Come on. If you know how negotiations work, that's the way it works. So you go for 17 and you get 14 or 15. Okay, across the board, nobody should be making fucking $8.75 an hour or $7.50. There's no minimum wage in some of these fucking states. For fuck's sakes, right? and everybody wants full, comprehensive, universal health care for all. This should be a right to fair politics, getting money out of politics, a right to a livable pay rate or wage, $17 an hour plus. At least it should be since the late 70s. It should be at fucking like 20 something dollars by now. A right to education, free pre-K to community college, and erase prior debt. Erase prior debt. Just fuck it. Because these predatory lenders that have been fucking just going after these children and our kids and these parents with these loans is ridiculous. And if you work there, sorry, but it's predatory and it's terrible. You should not have to pay for your education. You should not have to pay to be smart. As a matter of fact, if you want, you can go to what's that? What's that? Con? Oh God, it'll come to me. There are places on the internet where you can just get an unlimited amount of power, but it's not constructed properly as a class to where you get a degree. But you can be as smart as you want as long as you can jump in and have and be a part of the tree of knowledge, which basically, in my opinion, is the internet. Is when people are talking together, when people are saying things together, when they're using their words, monotalk, right? When they're using that energy to take care of themselves as a village, right? As a society. The 99% need to start working hard at these rights right here. Right to education, the right to peace, mending and rebuilding relations with victimized nations. Mind our own business, basically, right? Look, I truly believe, and I have to say this, I truly believe, and this is true. We've made so many fucking friends for so fucking long, right? And and I say quotations because they're not friends. We've made enemies. And it's so blatant on the reasons why we've made these enemies for resources, oil, gold, diamond, riches, political, whatever, pipelines, fucking you name it. And it's all listed and it's all out there and it's happened so many fucking times, it's ridiculous. I'm sure there are times that we've done a few things to protect a small city or small country or whatever. That's a no doubt. No doubt that's happened. And I am not in any way going to say that we do not need our our branches of our military. We don't. We do need them. We absolutely do need them. I fully, because of the friends we made out there. Look, there are countries out there that are so sick of our shit, they just can't wait for a crack. They just can't wait. Because we're the only people that have dropped fucking atomic bombs on another country, too. Nagasaki and Hiroshima, right? We're the only ones, right? So because we're the ones that will fucking stab you in the fucking jail cell, right? Nobody's going to fuck with you. That's the mentality. I'm sorry. We're the only ones that shanked somebody, so now we own the fucking prison system in a sense, which is bad and wrong and just fucking putrid and stupid and ignorant and naive. But that's the mentality out there. You know, we're the only ones that will come in and fucking do regime change. I mean, if you listen to fucking Jimmy Dore and everybody and Abby Martin, she's so on top of all of that. You think Tulsi Gabbard knows what she's talking about? She's not. She's just scratching the surface of what Abby Martin can tell you about the regime changes and the wars and things that we've created, and it is a racket because, like I've said, we don't build anything anymore in the United States. We used to build cars, we used to manufacture steel, we need to manufacture this. We don't. Everything is outsourced. Everything is farmed in. Okay? The only thing that people invest in now are Lockheed Martin, Enron, um, Halliburton, all these companies that support and play along and have external contracts with even smaller vendors out there for the war. So you might have a small company in some city where you're in that just makes nuts and bolts or certain types of little fixtures and machine shop, but they're getting paid big money to put that on tanks, to put that on weapons, to put these little pieces. So there is money and people are getting paid. And I know people are just like, well, there goes my fucking job. Well, how about this job? How about the job of not killing things, destroying things, just the destruction and death? How about solar energy? That's real. And there are ways to use it, and the technology is getting better and better every fucking year. Okay, how about wind power? They even have current power and tide power. So when the waves come up, right, there's a bobber in case the wave come up, and it pulls on a pulley and a thing, and it continues. It's just waves. Just keeps, it's just, and that's, inertia and fucking, and the forces of it going backward with, and it's just creating a moment, a constant source of energy that's free. And I mean, look at the pyramids. I mean, I know some people don't like talking about this, but Tesla created a way of moving energy through air. And I truly believe that you could do that anywhere. The only thing is you don't want to fucking have a lightning rod sticking out of your head, because that would be not good. So things, if they're done right, I guarantee there's technology out there that could totally eliminate fossil fuels, totally and completely eliminate oil, totally and completely eliminate coal, totally and completely, and should eliminate nuclear power and fracking. Fuck. I mean, water that starts on fire. That's great. Okay, so let's get back to the list. But I mean, there are other ways that we need. We're at that time and everybody's there. But so I want to keep reiterating this important point. We need to start finding solutions. Okay, I know we can complain and we can joke and we can play Jimmy Dore and everybody else about how stupid fucking Joe Biden is, Elizabeth Warren, Trump, blah 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 blah. List. I mean, you could do that for fucking days and get your fucking and get all the super chat money you want, or sell all the T-shirts you want. But it's real simple. I need a solution. You need a solution. Okay. I mean, Jimmy, I don't know if you have kids or whatever the situation is. Matter of fact, I don't know. Does Stephanie on there? Does Rob? I don't think Rod has any kids. Does fucking Graham have any kids? I don't know. But my point is, I'm it's not helping. So maybe we need our own channel, because, like I was saying with RT, which I kind of lost that thought, and I'm glad I'm coming back to that, is RT isn't helping us. They talk about everything that I know needs to be discussed in regards to the United States, but it's not doing anything because it's Russian television. Okay, and that's a bad stigma that it's gained since its inception. Since it's been around. People, or the naive that are out there, won't watch RT because it's Russian television. Okay, and that's sad. So we need an American channel, Jimmy Dore, Secular Talk. Okay, Ron Placone, everybody. We need an American channel, okay, that talks about America, not a Russian channel that talks about America. I don't know if you guys are getting this, but I want you to start understanding how important that is. Okay, and then you need to talk about the issues that I'm talking about here. And Green Party, you need to get in on this, because I think it would be a good idea. Sadly, the Green News Network would have been great, but it was ran by some fucking. And Tony Smith, dude, you've got your moments, but honestly, and I'm stupid for me to even say your name, but you've got to drop the anger. Okay, you've got to drop the anger. You've got to find a way to just allow people to have their time. Let people have their ignorance. Let people have their I was there. Not, I've I I'm still learning. My grandfather used to say, as soon as you're not learning, you're fucking dead, right? So that could happen. But the thing is we've got to keep learning and learning from each other. Find a way to come together, right? Find a way for common ground. There's a lot of common ground out there, but you know that the mainstream media keeps us apart with the racist and the this and the that, and everybody knows that already. I mean, you'd be stupid not to know that. But let me get back to the list, because this is important. Okay? Many relations, guaranteed job training, UBI if needed. If you need the UBI, you should get the UBI. You don't have a job, you can't train anymore. Maybe you're disabled. You should have disability. Maybe you're old enough to really have Social Security. I get that. That's fine. That's fine. But you still have a purpose. You still have a say. Those people that are out there, everybody wants to contribute. Everybody wants to do something. I know people out there that would love to coach. I know people that coach kids. I know people that want to do things for the community. If you can't work, just pick up some trash. If you can show me, 5 bags of trash a week filled, I'll pay you. I'd like to pay $100 for each bag. You know what I mean? There's ways of doing this where we can start really cleaning up. Not making trash and then bringing it, whatever. There's just so many different ways to keep people feeling and honestly feeling like they're worthy, like there's something out there for them. Okay, because I'm telling you, AI is coming, robotics and technology is coming, and it's going to come up on us quick. Because as soon as it's built and as soon as it's made, as soon as these things are stocked inside of our warehouses, okay, and I mean the grocery store, you don't need a checker anymore or cashier. Home Depot, Lowe's, you name it. You just go check yourself out with what you're buying, right? I mean, it's becoming computer and automated to a certain point where even selling cars, they have kiosks now to get your driver's license and your registration for your cars. So I'm telling you right now, this stuff is going to be needed. You're going to need guaranteed jobs. If there's no jobs in there, we've got to create jobs, and we've got to create jobs with wind. We've got to create water. Okay, that's something I never brought up. I think one of the number one things besides getting money out of politics is making sure that you have the purest, most cleanest, and healthy, full of mineral water as possible. That's something I need to put in here. I think the Green Party would love to put that. They should put that in their platform. So Green Party, here you go. There's your platform. Green, jobs, training. I've been unemployed times. So when you're unemployed, you should have a training. But when you get training in unemployment now, they take up your money away, which doesn't make any sense. Because if you're trying to train to get a better job and make more money and be more productive, why would you want to keep them from fucking being able to do that? So if you are training and you are going to school and you're collecting unemployment, they should give you a little more. Here's some money for gas to get to there. Here's some money for books, But that all plays into all of this below. Every single thing here plays in, and I'm going to tell you right now, it plays in to removing money completely out of politics. Remove Citizens United and McCutcheon versus the FEC, right? For sure, for sure. Okay, guaranteed jobs, guaranteed training, right to work in a sense. Um, Energy, a right to energy. You should be able to live off the grid and use the grid if you need it. So the problem is with the grid, and I'm talking about oil and gas and water. Whereas if you either are completely off of it, or they have zoned areas where you can't be on it, or excuse me, can are supposed to be on it and must be on that, or they won't give you access to water. Which the whole thing is fucked up, and it's all for the power companies. It's all for the grid itself, and all the corporations that are a part of that, which is really sad. So you should be able to have a right to energy, solar, wind, rain, water, and that should be subsidized. You should be able to get major tax write-offs to provide that for you. There was a program that happened in California about 10 years ago that was doing really good, and then all of a sudden some fucking Republicans came in and they fucked it up. Even some Democrats fucking voted it out. Okay, some great programs. Of course, right for LGBTQ, marriage equality for all, etc., and all that should happen out there. No weird shit, no fucking blow up dolls and other crappy fucking weirdos. A right to faster citizenship, and this is huge, right? This should be up there. Like I said, all of this stuff happens as soon as you remove money completely out of politics. So if your legislator, your judiciary, your executive, or whoever is running out there right now, whoever is running out there, whoever is fucking running out there, it doesn't matter who it is. If their first intention is not to take money out of politics, then they're fucking worthless. Come on, tell me I'm not fucking spot on. Because the reason why we lost our politicians to the corporations, the reason why we lost our politicians to the 1%, the reason why there's a two-party oligarchy and why these people don't represent you anymore is because of the money that's in it. And a lot of these people want these positions because they know there's money. It's not just $172,000 you get a year. They're thinking, wow, if I become a legislator, right, then I know I can be a part of some legislation that I can, at the same time, have through some other source or other avenue invest in. And I can put my money in the Cayman Islands, and I can put my money in a Swiss bank account, or South Africa, or the Philippines, or Malaysia. I mean, there are places. The, the, there are so many places to fucking hide money. It's crazy. What's going on here? Jesus Christ. Okay, I've got a skunk in my hat. I've got a fucking skunk. Anyway, it's like a little stupid skunk mohawk. Anyway, so you know what I'm talking about. There's nothing more you need to know, Green Party, than what I'm saying right now. If you're running, run on these rights. It should be a fucking right. It should be a right. Okay, thousands of years ago, in villages all over the world, everybody had a right to food, clean water, safety, protection, right? The village would protect them and keep the women and the children safe as possible, unless it was invaded by some barbaric fucking, or some giant fascist group of fucking people from England or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm getting to is people were very well taken care of, but that's gone, and it should come back. We need to care for each other and ourselves, and definitely our elders. Okay, I could be considered one. Trust me, I could be considered one. Um, and those that are out there that are weak and don't have the ability to do what they need to do, but they can still contribute. I mean, one of the greatest examples is Stephen Hawking. For fuck's sake, right? So when I hear people say, "Well, why would you want that person to be like that in their life?" Because, well, you know, Stephen Hawking did a lot of great things. He brought a lot of great theories and did a lot. I mean, I don't know most of them, you know, but at least he didn't have as much as a fucking attitude, and I think it was an ego, which I'm sure he did. Once you get to a certain point, there's an ego that kicks in. Trust me. As Neil deGrasse Tyson did, because that guy's just fucking egocentric. Because I mean, every time I hear him talk, I'm just like, dude, just you know, get an actor, but not you, please, not you. Okay, so let me go back to the list. Again, everything happens in this list as soon as you remove money completely out of politics. First, by removing Citizens United, which nobody ever brings up for more than like 15 seconds. Nobody. Okay, and then we go to building more border processing facilities with personnel, not a fucking wall. Duh. Yeah. I mean, you just need to process people more, put them, make sure that the, you know, I'm not saying just open the borders right up completely, but at this point, but because, and the reason why I say that, and there isn't a big fucking wall in Canada, which is amazing because, but, and I hate to think of the threat, but honestly, I mean, I've been paying taxes, kind of, and you've been paying taxes. But the thing is some people come in and they don't pay taxes at all. And and honestly, I think there should be a way for them to do something for coming in and making a couple of bucks. I just think that would be fair. You know, if you think that's not, then let me hear your comments down below. Down below, and also, you know, go ahead and share this too. All right, this is a big one that should be done a long time ago. Sadly, the industry, the pharmaceutical industry will never, they're going to fight tooth and fucking nail to keep marijuana out of the hands of just pretty much everybody. You know, when marijuana has done so much to heal, give people, with epileptic seizures, just so many things that it's done. So yes, a right to fucking marijuana, right? And then of course a right to a clean planet. You know, all of us in the Green New Deal. All right, the Green New Deal, not the Democratic version. Okay, so with the last bit of energy that I do have, because I have been ranting here for a little bit, is how do we pay for all these things? And that's always the question that you'll hear from the right. That's always the question you're now hearing from the left too. How do you pay for that? Well, it's really simple. And most of you are just screaming it out of the top of your lungs that are probably watching this. And I'll just say, stop the war. Stop it. Stop the subsidies. Stop the uh, um, tax loopholes. Stop the military industrial complex. And I guarantee, I'm not saying stop them totally, but stop building bombs. You know, update the technology we have. We have to have weapons, of course, to protect ourselves from all the friends that we have out there. I get that. I get that. But I mean, the amount of money we've been pouring into our defense, like I think in the past 2 years, it's been like $2 trillion. I mean, imagine what we could have done for ourselves with just a quarter of that. Our schools, right? Imagine what we could have done for our teachers. Imagine what we could have done for our lakes, our rivers. Imagine what we could have done for, ourselves. But instead we want to spend it on bombs because you know how much a bomb costs, right? Like $1 million for a fucking Sidewinder missile or something. I mean, I can give you the list, but it's insane. It's insane. And sadly, because of the friends we've made, we have to keep pushing bombs out there and keep flexing our muscles and keep, saying we're the fucking bullies, and if you fuck with us, we're gonna fucking bully you down, which we've been doing for a long fucking time. But quite honestly, um, we got to start mending relations. And I don't know if anybody's going to forgive us at this point. I think we've made so many fucking enemies for the past 2, 3, 4 decades that, I mean, they may say, "Oh, sure, yeah, I get you. You want to be, of course, no, of course, you want to make nice now. You want to make nice. You want to just learn our culture, and you want to eat our food, and we want to share food with you, and yours with ours, and sit on our tables, and blah, blah, blah. And then once the Americans leave the restaurant, they turn around, they start planning how they're going to fuck us. So we do need our military, sadly, still to this day, to protect us from us. But there's ways that we can pay for these things, because the Federal Reserve just makes money out of thin air. The Federal Reserve just makes money. Okay? If you're a big corporation bank or whatever the fuck you need, all you have to do is just send a little message in a memo through the pipeline, and somebody's going to get you that fucking money. Right? It's stupid that we can't pay for it. That's just ridiculous. Everybody could have full comprehensive universal health care right now with no fucking copay, and it wouldn't hurt fucking anybody. Because we can make money. The Federal Reserve just fucking makes money. They don't have any money. They don't have a gold standard. It's based on trust. The Federal Reserve makes money because they say they have money. Oh, love that sound. Jeez. Anyway, that's my cue, everybody. Listen, Green Party. I'm going to get some people on the show pretty soon, probably next week. I want to see Rodolfo Cortez Barragan on here. I want to see a Kenneth Mejia. That's why I wanted to say, oh my God, I'm so sorry, Kenneth. I want to see Laura Wells back on. I want a lot of people kind of moving in this direction. You need to start saying this, guys. Stop with the fucking terms that nobody fucking gives a shit about or cares about. Talk about the stuff they want, because I know you want it too. Right? Talk about these things. A right to fair politics, a right to a livable wage, a right to health care, a right to education, a right to peace, a right to a job, a right to energy, okay? LGBTQ rights, a right to marijuana, right? A right to clean planet, and the list goes on, of course. But none of this happens unless you fight as much as you can to remove money out of politics. And you have to start educating people for sure You have to start educating people on Citizens United. Talk about it thoroughly and what it does and where it comes from and how it works and why the politicians are corrupt and why these politicians become lobbyists after they leave Congress. Talk about these things and educate fucking people on what's really happening. But talk about the rights. Talk about the rights that people deserve. Because we need to take care of our village. We need to take care of our area or our planet, and it must happen soon. And by the way, you just watch Monotog. Share, send, talk about it, whatever, comment. You know, I'm not here to make money. I am just here to try to fucking help the goddamn planet. But anyway, thank you all. I'm going to post this everywhere if I can. If you can, share it with everybody. Listen, we got to start coming together and save this place because there is no plan B. There is no plan B. All right. So I want to say aloha to everybody. Thank you very much for coming in. Good to see you, Dave. Good to see you, Stevie. Um, I'll probably see you soon. And who else came on tonight? Who's been a I guess that's Zoxzilla, good to see you. And a few other people, which I think is good. Oh my God, Deb was here, Deb Delapiana. James, do you recall anything about a labor movement? Do you get workers' rights by voting? Did women get the right to vote without being on the streets? No, they didn't. Yeah, I fully agree. Look, yes, you've got to get out there and do something. Deb's always out there. She's always out there, guys. She's out there, she's doing it. She's out there with her tiki torch and she's fucking making a difference. She was just doing feeding the poor the other day. I mean, the woman's amazing. The woman's amazing. Okay. Um, Let me see. Evan can't get rid of money in politics. The politicians put money in there. The only way to get rid of the corruption in politics is to get rid of the politics. I think he meant get rid of the politicians. I'm almost thinking. You're a backstabbing chicken shit. People have been on the streets since the beginning of time. Remember yes, yeah, the poor people's party. Okay, name caller. God, she's vicious, vicious. Yeah, the poor people's march about a little over 50 years ago with Martin Luther King, right? And who was there? Bernie Sanders, very good, right? And a few other people, but nothing's changed since then. So before you want to get out your pitchforks, Deb Delapiana, and your guns, Evan Kim, and all the craziness that surrounds many people out there, I think we should give the Greens at least a chance. And hopefully, like I'm saying, hopefully the Greens will pull their fucking heads out of their fucking buttocks, right? Pull their fucking heads out of their fucking buttocks, right? And fucking start doing what's necessary, right? Um, Listen, I got to get going. Thank you all for coming on. Deb Delapiana, it's a pleasure to have you in my chat. And, we should talk sometime and not get crazy. But if you want to do the name calling, sure. I mean, that's always fun and exciting. Anyway, and I'm sure that gains just great attention. Who else was on here? Zoxzilla. LOL, I love that line of mine. Bernie Sanders just has 1% chance, the 1% will decide. Exactly. Zoxzilla is correct. Yeah. Bernie Sanders, everybody knows this. And if he's just pulling money to the Democratic Party, then they're going to fucking screw him. That's all. They've already got who they want, and, whatever. It is what it is. Max, good to see you, my brother. The Green Party is spinning its wheels to nowhere very fast. Oh, God, yes, yes. And that's why I'm making this video, guys. I want the Green Party to start doing what's necessary. And I'm laying out the plan. Sorry it's not your plan. Sorry it's not your eco-socialism plan, but this is the plan that I believe you should follow. If you don't, you're going to lose people again and again and again and again. Okay, so stop wasting your time. Do what's needed and necessary and get a fucking green in office. Just one. Get that one little drop of fucking green alien acid to seep through that umbrella, and next thing you know, you start to get their attention, right? And Jesse, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, Jesse Ventura, but RT isn't going to do shit for anybody. That's why we need an American or world news network where we can all come together from Australia, from Japan, from fucking Switzerland, from wherever in the United States, and have one giant news network YouTube that everybody comes on and has their time and their moments to talk shit about their own countries, right? Right? Exactly. Okay. Aloha, nui, and mahalo for everybody coming on tonight. Good to see you, Deb. Good to see you, Dave. Good to see you. See you soon, Red, and Waller, and Eben. Take care of yourself, my brother. Take care of the family. Aloha, you guys. It's time for James with Montauk to bid adieu. Adieu. Aloha.